So my entire adult life has been spent looking for every advantage possible socially. And the reason why was back when I was 22, I struggled with this area of meeting new people so badly. And I felt completely lonely. I felt ostracized. I felt like I was in this dark cloud. And so I would go to a venue where there's a lot of people just socializing and having fun. And I would think, why can't I be a part of that? What is it that they're doing that makes it where people want to meet them and talk to them and maybe even make plans to hang out later that night or later that week? Why is it that they're able to do that and I'm not able to? I got to the point where I'd go to clubs where I felt so uncomfortable. I'd go to after parties and parties where I felt so out of place, and I would do this night after night after night, just trying to figure out how to do it. So like a lot of people, the first layer that I thought would help me was just having the perfect thing to say. I thought if I just had the perfect thing to say, everything would be great. And that really didn't work. It would basically get me into conversations for a hot minute, but it wasn't really a long-term sustainable thing. Imagine just the nerdiest person you've ever seen in your life, and then they kind of recite something, it holds your attention for a hot minute, and that's about it. Now, later in my career with this, I found that if I worked a lot on my confidence, I would really project myself at a much higher level. And that was a huge breakthrough for me and something that I taught to many other people, and has had incredible results. We've had incredible transformations working on what's going on inside of ourselves. Now, going from there, I saw that a lot of people were able to say, memorize something funny, and a lot of people were able to build their confidence, but many people who I met still struggled when they'd go out to hold energy simply because they didn't understand how to project energy properly. There's just really not a lot going on. It's kind of like watching a boring TV show. There's just not a lot happening. And as a result of seeing that, many people that were very confident, many people who were able to understand theoretically how to socialize, what we start to do is drill down and look at just hard social skills to help you improve your social life. And one of these areas that has been so tremendous for us has been just the raw art form of charisma. And really digging deep into having that charisma that of course can help you at any social venue, but also can help you in every aspect of your life. Say you want to get a promotion. Say that you want to be given fair credit for the work that you're doing, because let's be honest, people generally like those who they get the best emotions from. It's kind of a raw deal how that works. If people get better emotions from you, they have a bias towards you, creates a halo effect towards you. Likewise, if you run a business and you want to be an ambassador for your brand, that's also very important. So this area of charisma, of course, is massive with meeting new people. It is really the key. But in addition to that, it's really just the key and a secret superpower that you have in real life in all aspects of your life. Now, what I would ask you is, let's be honest about this. Let's take a hard, brutal look at yourself here. Are you really that charismatic? And what I would say to you is, look, in my experience, I work with people in real life all the time, and they're usually about 5 or 10% as charismatic as they think. So what you're gonna see in this video is me and my good friend Jeff breaking people down on how to be more charismatic. And the first area that we're gonna be focusing on this is at the area, which is one of many areas in charisma, of the voice. And this is so powerful because for the most part, look, I gotta be honest with you, if you're out and your voice is just fantastic, people will often just jump over to your table and want to start talking to you. People will feel that great energy coming off of you because there's something to engage with. If your voice isn't working properly, there's just not a lot to engage with. And if you go anywhere loud, which is very common in social environments, let's be honest, people can't even hear you. And it's just absolutely terrible. So what I'd love for you to do in this video is watch it and really be honest with yourself on where you stand in what you're gonna see here in these breakdowns. And going further, I'd ask you to be honest about what this problem is costing you. What has this problem cost you? So as you're watching this, again, watch it, but be active in watching it and ask yourself, how much have I spent and lost and wasted my time, money, energy, and resources not having charisma in my life? I'd really ask you to be honest about that, okay? What does it cost you this week? What does it cost you? What will it cost you in the next month? What will it cost you the next year not to get this handled, okay? And really let that land, okay? Okay? Let it burn. Then in addition to that, I'd love for you to imagine a life where you do have this down and the beautiful heavenly happiness that could entail. I'd like you to really think about what you would do if you could walk into any social environment and just tons of people want to meet you, and you had way too much fun, okay? I'd like you to think about that as well. And then from there, what I'd say to you is, what are you gonna do to make that happen? What do you need to understand to get that specific result of being somebody that others want to engage with, somebody that others are biased towards, somebody that other people just feel drawn to and feel compelled to be around like a magnet? Look, you've just got to wrap your head around this. So as you're watching this, be active in it. Now, what I'd love for you to do is the following. I want you to actually watch this video actively, try what's in it. Even if it's a little bit loud or crazy, try what's in it. And if you get an immediate result with this and you can see the direction of how much better your life is gonna get, sign up for our new program, Charisma Mastery. And the reason why I want you to sign up for Charisma Mastery is the following. We will break this down for you meticulously, bit by bit by bit. You will have a crystal clear game plan, an amazing mentor, and a drive to take massive action because you're fully engaged with the process. Look, in my experience, there's three main things you need to get good in this area of charisma. First of all, an amazing mentor. Ideally, the best mentors on this in the world, the people who are the most skilled and experienced in teaching this and have the most proven results. You want to go right to the top. Second of all, what you want to do is have a crystal clear game plan of how to get better and really get engaged in a group of people that are getting better, so you're a part of that process and excited and engaged. Lastly, you got to take massive action. So the beginning of the massive action is watching this video and being engaged with it and really working on your charisma and getting the result you want. Going from there, I want you to sign up and click the link below and join us inside Charisma Mastery. It's gonna be so much fun, and we're really gonna nail this down together. I wanna work with you and just nail this down. I'm so excited for you to be a part of it. Watch the video, sign up for Charisma Mastery. Let's go. Introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm Danny.
Yeah, do you guys see how much in protection his voice is? That shocks me, you guys don't see it. Just tell them what city you're from.
I'm from LA.
Okay, his voice is literally, and Jeff's, I'm gonna touch on it slightly, but Jeff's gonna go way deeper. Both in his voice, the projection is there as protection. Say the word lack of projection, say that. Lack of projection. For protection. For protection. Okay, it's his ego protection. And he also has these I call them these ho-hum mannerisms, these kind of Joe Lunchbox, just following orders. It's this derpy look. No offense. It's this derpy look. It's like, just following orders, like from LA. It's like this look of like, I don't know. It's this look of like, hey, if your sister and I were in a plane crash, we landed on a desert island, don't worry, you're not gonna have any nephews or nieces when you find us. Nothing's gonna happen, just following orders. You know, right? It's very ho-hum. There's a lack of projection. And then, and here's where it gets crazy. So somebody like you will go follow the work that we did for 40 years, go try it. You'll read the things we're saying. You'll even see it. You won't see the gap between me, my balding ginger fat ass, and you. You'll think I even got more hair than this guy. It should work. And you'll go up and you'll say the same things I say, you'll do the same things I do, and you'll go, hey, and you think you're saying, hi, Mike, what's your name?
Danny.
You're saying, okay, you can't even freaking hear him. You're gonna say, I'm not mic'd. You're gonna say, hey, my name's Danny, but like you'll see me go up and go, hey, my name's Owen. And then you'll go up and you'll go, hey, my name's Danny. And then you're gonna run back on the internet, and then you're gonna write these long diatribes about how you tried our work, and it didn't work, and then a bunch of people even quieter and more derpy looking than you are gonna form in a group, and they're gonna say that our 20 years amounted to nothing. And if I have to hear one more person do this again, I will end it all tonight. So you, and especially you, and all of you, do you understand, are gonna get this tonight so that I can do the day 3 and 4 of this event. Yeah. Are we in agreement? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks. So here's the thing. So like I said before, if that pushing of air through the diaphragm, that will allow you to project. But so yours is pretty weak, yours is pretty good, yours was loud, but you were pushing air. And so we want to get it to, so we want to avoid too much air going out. So you have to learn to control the flow. So first off, let's just do like a real quick thing where we're just going to do a completely full exhale. And you're going to let it sort of rebound in, okay? And you'll feel it just kind of almost rebound in as it fills up. Now, I want you to feel like not like you're pushing air from the diaphragm, but it's just like a squeezing below the navel, okay? So here's one thing that we can do. It's basically you want to keep the chest, the diaphragm from coming up too fast. So one thing that I was taught was to start with, again, either number one, this sort of like sipping through a straw. Imagine you're sipping air through a straw. Just do it right now. Like that's the rate that you want to control your breath. Basically, you want to manage it as a resource. Okay? So now doing it out, instead we're going to do like a snake going sa, right? Try to maintain a similar airflow. All right? Sa, right? The idea being that as you're doing the hissing and it changes to the vowel, you don't want it to collapse on the vowel. All right? So we can do it any vowel. Let's go through the vowels. So let's do E. C, right? So, right? Su, right? Sigh, right? So you want to maintain this breath control. All right? So here's the thing. That same level of exhalation, it won't actually tire, it's not actually going to tire out the vocal cords, and it's not going to tire out your throat. So another thing that we can do is we can do a whispered ah. So let's do that. You're like, ah, ah, right? So that's the level of breath you want to be projecting. Now, you might ask yourself, well, if I'm not pushing that air, how am I going to talk to them back there? Right? So first, let's try to do it again, and let's just do the vowels. Let's do A, but I want you to do it without pushing air to the back. A. Can you hear him back there? Yay or boo? Boo! Okay, next.
They're all boo, even if they get it.
We'll do E.
E.
Okay, I. It's pretty good, actually.
That was actually pretty good. Because you got to clarify to them what you're telling them to do. You said don't use air, right? I don't think they understand that.
Yeah. Sort of boo.
We're handicapping them.
Okay, so then O. Do O to the back. Don't push the air. Just do it in that again.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to do no air because I want to try this one too. Oh. Like I'm doing virtually no air at all. Oh. Can you guys hear me right now at the back? Somewhat. So that's no air?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
they're doing no air.
Right. So now what we want to do is learn how to project without pushing the air. Right? Obviously. So before we get into that, let's do a little review. All right? So let's just do a little hand exercise again. Stand up, everyone. Boom. Fingers down. Primary control loosened. Smell the air a little bit. Fingers down. Forward. We're going to do the right arm up. Boom. Lengthen out that side. Kind of wiggle it out a little bit. Rock back and forth. Again, remember to release the abs, quads, ankles. Do the other side. Fingers down. Fingers forward. Out in front. Rock back a little bit. Fingers on the shoulders. Left arm up. And then drop the elbow. And then kind of rock back and forth a little like you're going to go off that ski jump, okay? Now let's try again, get our breath control down. That hissing will, sa. Okay, so now have a seat. So first off, let's talk about different sort of what we call onsets, all right? So there's 3 different kinds of onsets that we talk about. We're talking about voice. The first is what's called glottal onset. Now, a glottal onset is like, it's a very statico type of tone production. So what would an example of statico glottal onset be? It would be like this. Oh, 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 oh. Right? Oh, 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 oh. In fact, let's all do that. Oh, 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 oh. Right? Right? So there's something like primate house or something. So but it's very like, like oi, 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 right? And so then, look, the opposite of that, you have what's called an aspirant onset, right? So glottal onset, basically the chords are together when it starts, and then they go, oh, like that. Aspirant onset, it starts off, they're apart, and they really come together very gently. All right, so that's, you guys watch that documentary series Planet Earth? You know, David Attenborough, that famous presenter, he talks with a very aspirant onset, right? It's very breathy. It's like, this young gecko is learning to navigate the wilds of Madagascar, right? Like, and so it's a very breathy onset. Now, when would that be useful? Yeah, if it's trying to be a more intimate situation. Glottal onset can be useful when? If you're trying to get someone's attention, right? If they're moving quickly, oh, you want to get their attention. You want to cut through the noise very, very sharply, but it's not a very pleasant sound. So what we want to do is we want to learn what we call a simultaneous onset. So with simultaneous onset, basically, like say A in a glottal onset. Hey, hey. Okay. Now how would you do that in an aspirant onset? Instead of the A, you put an H on the front, and you say, hey. Right? So try that right now. Hey. Like, let's do A. Hey. And then, hey. Hey. Right? So it's an aspirate. It's not an aspirate. It's a simultaneous onset. So from there, what we want to do is we also want to be mindful of positive tonality versus dominant tonality. Now, this is very important too, especially when you're going out meeting people. You want to avoid what we call traditionally what? We used to call it a rapport-seeking tonality. Who knows that? What is rapport-seeking tonality? But what is the key characteristic of it? Yeah, it has a tendency to go up in a kind of a questioning manner at the end. So it's like, hey, how's it going? Can I join the fun?
Our old buddy Brad, he'd go, loud and attractive. And he would just do that as a joke as the moths come to the flame. But there's a way to do it where, because if you're forcing it, it sounds compensatory. Is that the word? I could ask you. Compensatory. So if you're doing it now I'm speaking to a huge crowd. If you do it as compensation, it doesn't work. It has to come across loose. And what that voice signifies is, hey guys, guess what? It's on. We're open for business. I'm at the top of the mating hierarchy, or at least I have agreements with the other males that everything's okay. So I can be charismatic, I can be loose, I can project. We're okay to mate. Whereas this other vocal thing is basically saying, don't kill me. Don't get me killed. Don't get me killed. Because that might sound hard for you to believe, but let me ask you a question. If we were to go to the most dangerous city in the world right now, say we went into a really underdeveloped country that was super dangerous, okay? Where there's warlords and it's really dangerous. And then I walk up with 10 million cash and I say, I'm gonna hand you 10 million cash right now. Would you be happy or sad? The answer is both. That's why you didn't answer. You'd be like, I love the $10 million, but these guys are gonna come shoot me and take it within a millisecond. So with mating, if you don't believe that you're higher in the mating hierarchy, or that you know where your position is in the mating hierarchy, you will do these things, say, don't give me the $1 million in front of the frickin' warlord, man. I don't need that right now, okay? I'll go maybe become a guy like that, and then I'd love it, but I don't want it now. That thing, this look, this thing you have right now, you're even doing this thing where you'll push up your eyebrows a little bit like that. You have this kind of derp face thing going. It's like this. You're actually decent, and you're basically, okay? But by the way, okay, progress. But by decent, I mean decent. And in your case, you're just straight hiding, bro. You're hiding. You're like, don't give me that money. And that's the thing. So we've got to get it. You've got to be aware. You're in look, if you go into a really dangerous environment and you do this stuff, actually, I suggest you not to do it. If you do go to a really dangerous country, don't be like, loud and attractive, okay, don't do that. But assuming that you're in a safe environment, bro, we're good to go. And what this really is, it's like a neurotic holding pattern. You guys ever get massage and you have what's called a knot in your back or something, right? And it's gonna hurt, right? To get it to release, it's gonna hurt. What Jeff has to do to them right now, okay, you're already moving back a bit. What Jeff has to do to them, he has to release the knot, but it's gonna hurt. When I say to you guys go boo, it's because we gotta get this knot to release. And then when it releases, we can do a little bit of pain here, just like getting rid of the knot. There's a little bit of pain to make your life more relaxing and leisurely. So we gotta fix this, and we gotta go through the fire here together so that we can actually fix this. Let me ask you guys a question. Is everybody here jealous that you're not up here right now? Yes. How jealous do you guys feel that you're not up here right now? Are you guys like, oh, screw these guys and judging them? No. Are you guys thinking they're awesome for having the guts to come up here? Yeah. Okay. Right?
So let's do a little review first, okay? First of all, again, you gotta get your posture down. Second, you have to understand breath management. The third thing is something we call resonance. Now, when you're speaking, what is it? It's a collection of what? Vowel sounds peppered in with various consonants, diphthongs, right? So, can you sing a consonant? No. I mean, there's a couple you sort of can, like N, M, like Z, like there's certain ones you can sort of hum, but generally you're stringing together vowel sounds and you're punctuating with various consonants that create words. So one thing to understand is how various vowel sounds resonate in your actual oral cavity, if you will, on the palate. So what are the more forward vowel sounds? E, like do E right now, everyone. E. Can you feel that that's like right, it's like right up here. It's like right up here. What's the next one back? I, right, it's like E, A, You feel that? E, A, So when you're doing and you're doing those lower vowels, you don't want to swallow the vowels, right? You don't want to swallow the vowels. So instead, what I'd like people to think, what I've been taught, is you want to think of it resonating off of the hard palate, okay? So what does that mean? So right now, imagine you're yawning right now, like, you feel how it like kind of raises up right behind, and you can feel this with your tongue. Like if you feel right behind your teeth, and then go back, you feel how the palate goes like this, it goes up, like that. Can you feel that right now in your mouth? Okay? You want to think about bouncing the vowels off of that, so you're not swallowing the back ones. All right? So in fact, let's do an and like I want you each to do it, and think of bouncing it off of that hard palate and not swallowing the vowel. So do but not with a glottal onset. Let's do it with a simultaneous onset. So well, no, just him. Just do it. Okay, next. Okay. That was more of an Let's do an like lower. Like you're like someone asks you a question and you're guilty. Like, did you steal the thing? You're like, right? Same thing. Next. Yeah, so again, think about bouncing it off. All right? So, and again, this is all going to layer on top of each other. We're getting to the home plate here. Next thing, you got to think about how you're articulating your words as well. Because you notice when we're up here, we have a tendency to articulate every single word that we say, so it makes it clearer to those in the back who might not be able to hear it or understand it if we were muddying the words. So there's a couple little things you can use to practice this. Tongue twisters, a lot of actors and stuff use these. What's a common one? Red leather, yellow leather. Say that 5 times fast. Ready? Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Okay, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Another one is toy boat. toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat,
Toy boat, toy boat.
So you're kind of like getting your tongue and the muscles here ready to actually articulate. So this brings us to the last point here, which is what we call ring. You guys ever heard of this concept of ring or singer's formant? Anyone ever heard of that? Anyone here a singer? No? A couple guys? So basically, this is the quality that enables opera singers to project in a large amphitheater without the help or the assistance of amplification. So with ring, this is kind of the secret trick that allows you to not push your air, but still project to the back. So what is it? Well, I want you to think of it like this. In your neck, around your vocal cords, there's a ring of muscle, okay? And it's called the ariepiglottic sphincter, LOL. So what this does is it pinches, it also brings the epiglottis down. So if you're like, eating some like powdered donuts or something, you're not going to inhale the powder. You should never inhale powder. I know you guys in LA like to do that. But up in the hills or whatever, the parties. So, but again, it'll shut that down. But what we could use it for is a way to sort of focus the voice. So think of your voice. If you're just talking, you're just talking in a normal tone of voice like this. Basically, it's as though you have a hose on. And the hose, if you turn the hose on, it goes like that, right? The water comes out, it just flows out. Now what happens if you pinch the hose? It'll come out with more pressure. So we want to think of squeezing that ariepiglottic sphincter around your vocal cords and using it to kind of focus your voice as a laser beam to the back. So we can practice this right now by sort of doing a quick little exercise. You guys ever heard, you guys know The Simpsons, right? Yeah. What's like the kid that laughs at everyone? Nelson. Yeah, what does he say? Ha ha, ha ha. So like do it like that. Like nya, nya, right? So that's an extreme example of squeezing it. So it's going to be very, like, you're not expending much like breath energy doing that, are you? Nya. Like almost none. Nya, 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 na, na, right? But what's the drawback of that? It sounds ridiculous, right? It sounds awful. Like it's not super pleasant. Although, by the way, if you are in like a very loud nightclub environment and there's a lot of bass there, you can actually take it kind of extreme like that. You can kick your pitch up and really pinch it really hard, and it will cut through the bass, and it'll enable people to hear you. It won't sound like that in the club. It won't sound as obnoxious because the bass is sort of canceling it out. But you can be like, hey guys, how's it going? You can really pierce through like that. But that's obviously not ideal for like an average situation like this. So what we want to do, we want to start off, nya, and then like slowly bring it down until it sounds normal. So if I'm like, nya, na, 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 hey, how's it going, right? Hey, so basically we're bringing it all together. You're keeping it loose up here. This is where it starts. Your posture's upright. You're not holding tension. You're aware of your breath expenditure. You're aware of how your vowels are coming out and bouncing them off that hard palate. And then the last sort of, again, this is just tone production. We can get into expressiveness later. He's really alluding to that a lot. Okay? And that's the second component. Right now, we're just talking about vocal tone production. This is just pure tone production. Then there's like things like emotional variance, conviction, stuff like that. That has to be laid on top of this. Okay? So now, let's kind of practice hitting the back. So let me just do it normal. Like if I'm trying to hit the back, I'm like, a, versus a piercing, a. You hear the difference? How it just sounds more attractive. It's more resonant. It sounds like a more musical tone, a more pleasant harmonic tone. If I go, hey, that's pushing air. If I go, hey, that's using ring. Okay? So I want you to bring it all together, use ring, and hit the back. Pinch that. Like again, bring it up. First go, nya, nya. Okay, now bring, louder, more. Nya. Okay? Now bring it down so it was less like Nelson from The Simpsons. You're still pinching it. Think of it like you're like a laser beam that's going to go to the back. Right to the back.
Yeah.
A.
A.
Okay, pinch it more.
A.
Bounce it off the hard palate. A.
A.
A. A. A. Again.
A.
Can he pinch it more?
Yeah.
When you think about, like, again, like that hose, and you're just pinching it so it's going to go to the back. Okay, boom.
A.
Better. If you want to add a little more, Aaron, I think you can. A.
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 We can just do this for like 2 hours. It's the remainder of this.
At a certain point, we're just doing this for our own entertainment, basically.
Ayo, ayo. Okay, why don't you try it? E. E. E.
E. Points I want to point out too. He's blinking excessively when he uses his voice. That's a status thing. And that being said, it's also a little bit easier though for him to do it regardless because he's playing a character. You're going to see all these guys are going to do better as Nelson than as themselves. The more that you can be congruent to who you are, the better received you're going to be. But you have to be able to express with expansiveness while staying congruent. And that's why Jeff is trying to help you to get this technique down so you have a step-by-step thing of what to do, as opposed to, you know, what I can sometimes be guilty of where I'm just like, be expressive and authentic, you know, and you're like, okay, cool. So we're trying to give you some exact step-by-step. Are you guys enjoying what Jeff is showing you here right now, by the way?
Let's try something different with you because we want to bring it down where it's still loud and still projecting, but it's pleasant, but not so, like, if it's too high, it's unpleasant. Right. If it's too low, you lose the ring, right? So instead of the nyeh, let's just do hello, and do it like really obnoxious ring first, like hello, 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 right?
Hello.
Higher, tighter.
Hello.
Well, you're pushing. See, I can see you physically pushing the air. You're like,
Okay.
But he's loving, and we're really showing you two different things here. We're showing you technique, but also some psych stuff. He's loving being a character and being expansive, because for the first time probably in a long time, you're just yelling at everybody and putting it out there, and you don't feel as nervous about it because it's not you. It's a character. And when you learn social skills, you're gonna have that. So you want the technique, but you also want the psychology, and they feed into each other. Okay.
by the way, for me, like teaching this stuff, when I listen to Owen, it's like seeing like a really hot girl or something vocally. It's just like, my God, your voice is so hot. Like it's just like right in the.
Well, I think that of you too. So we'll have to maybe you're going to be out of this threesome later. It'll be
voice love. But it's like he's right in that zone of like he's got that ring, but it's right in that sweet spot. So we want to find that sweet spot for you. So we're going to hit it at hello, where it's obnoxious, like hello. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
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 And a little bit down. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
You see how as soon as he goes into normal, he starts blinking more? You guys catching that?
Okay, let's try it again. So follow me. Right, like I'll do it first. Like I'll do it, and I'll find where I lose the ring. Okay. Hello. 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 See, I lose the ring there. And then you want to bring it back up. So, hello, 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 guys. How's it going? So that's where my ring is like good, but not obnoxious.
How do I make it congruent?
So, well, here's the thing. We'll focus on that later. But let's just try to hit that sweet spot of where you still have ring, but it's not so high that it sounds grating, right? So it's like, hello.
Hello.
Okay, a little bit lower. Hello.
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 Stop this blink shit, bro. Just stop, please.
Trying.
No, just don't do it.
All right.
Let's bring it up again. Hello.
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 I think that's where he has ring there, right? So now from there to say, hi guys, how's it going?
Hi guys, how's it going?
It's pretty good actually. Can you hear him in the back? Pretty good. And the thing about that And the thing about that, it sounds very natural. Like you said, he was putting on a character. That sounded like I was speaking with the whole person, not from behind this wall of, stifledness, essentially. So much of this stuff is just getting out of your own way, is really what it is. And it's about it's like going into your body, feeling where you're holding various tensions, understanding how the apparatus works on like a biological level. And it was very interesting when I first started learning this stuff, because I was a self-taught speaker. I was a self-taught singer. I was the San Francisco karaoke champion for many years. I ain't about that life no more, though. I've seen how it destroys families, but, that's neither here nor there. But I had this, over 16 years of, self-taught singing and speaking. I had an idea of how it worked. I had a mental map of what's going on in here. And when she brought out, the models and taught all this stuff to me, it was very interesting to see where the mental map matched up. I was like, oh, yes, what I thought was correct. But then there were other things that were completely wrong. And it was very, very eye-opening for me to see that. And so once you understand this stuff and you start to kind of practice it on a daily basis, it's only a matter of time until you ingrain it. Again, you get that myelin sheathing over the correct way to do it, and it just becomes second nature. And what I really like about this stuff, honestly, this is one of the things that really, really appealed to me about this, as opposed to a lot of the other stuff that we've taught in the past, was, again, a lot of the stuff that we've taught in the past was very esoteric. It's like, okay, here are some abstract concepts about inner psychology for you to mull over and ponder and ruminate on for a period of several months before you feel that you've internalized it to an extent where you can actually be effective with it. This stuff is just like very simple exercises that you just do on the daily, in spare moments, and it just becomes ingrained, right? Let's do the next. Was your name Solomon again? Yep. Yeah. All right, so let's try it again. Just hello, find the ring, and then so let's do it really high again. Hello.
Hello.
Higher, more obnoxious.
Hello.
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 Right? And then down a little bit. Hello.
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 Hello, guys. How's it going?
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Okay. What do you think is lacking there? There's something that's a little lacking. Let's try it again. Let's do a sentence. Let's be, hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
So I think, I think he's lacking there is a little bit of resonance, right? So I want you to, again, keep the same level of ring. You could maybe even push a little bit more air, but then think about bouncing that, again, keep the jaw loose.
And also relax. This thing that you're doing where you're, okay, see, I love that you're looking at my boy Jeff like the way I wish a woman would look at me. And that you're like this, right? You look like that guy at the laundromat who's in a new country and kind of scared, justifiably, by the way, and is just like that, okay? Okay, stop. Stop. Okay? If you're spoken to by Jeff or myself, don't just jump into our reality like a submissive, like a little subby, okay? Otherwise, I got to break out the mask. I got to get the whip. We're just going to do it, bro. So what I want you to do instead, if we're going to do it, then let's do it. But otherwise, if we're not going to do it and we're going to be here as peers, I want you to, if I say something to you, you don't need to be this kind of polar responder who's more concerned with looking alpha than having everybody enjoy the exercise. So I love that about what you're doing, because sometimes you get a guy up here and he's trying to look too cool, which he's making it too much about him and not about the group and kind of going along with the exercise. If I'm on stage as a student, I'll definitely go along with the exercise and follow the teacher's lead. I'm not trying to out alpha the teacher to make some annoying point about my status. That's not about the group, and that's insecure. There's a time to let somebody lead. Otherwise, you're just insecure. You're a poser. So I love that. But I want you to get used to it. This is for all of you. Get accustomed to staying in your own reality around high status or attractive, or both, often they're tied, attractive high status people. Stay in your own reality and don't make it where every time, let's say that it was a beautiful person talking to you, don't just be every word they say, don't just be like that. It's going to kill you. Not going to kill you, but it's going to kill your attraction, your chemistry. So just stay in your reality and be like, awesome, right? Thanks, a real thanks, thank you. There's a way of saying thank you that doesn't lower your status and doesn't lower the other person's status, where we can all have status together, so to speak. It's a more collaborative kind of frame. So say that you say something, like say that Jeff were to say, Owen, do this. I'm gonna follow with what Jeff is saying. I'm gonna go, got it. You know, awesome, thanks, or just, okay, and then I'm gonna do it. But what I don't wanna do is go, okay, so stay within your reality.
Yeah, but what he said before he launched into that whole bit was like, be loose, because that's another big thing too. If the jaw's not loose and the whole body's not loose, it's not going to resonate as well. All right, so you want to bring the larynx down enough so you still got some ring. Bounce those vowels off of the hard palate and imagine shooting it like a beam to the back. So let's try it again. First, let's do like, hello.
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 Right, where did you lose the ring? So let's bring it back up. Hello.
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 Okay, I think that's where your ring is. So now, boom, again, loose, bounce the vowel off here, and then shoot to the back with pinching the area epiglottic sphincter. So again, let's do it like this. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Okay, do it a little more resonant. Try to do it a little deeper, a little bit deeper, slightly deeper. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Wait, okay, here's one thing, one tweak we can make. Imagine you want to shoot your voice through the back wall.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What do you think, guys? It seems like you lost a little since the earlier, right? So let's just do a vowel. Go e, oh, oh. It's like Freddie Mercury now. It's like oh, oh. Yes. So okay. All right. Last but not least, let's do you now. We're gonna do you. Ready? So let's keep the ring high. Let's go. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Louder though. Hello.
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 Like think of filling this space. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, bring it down a little bit. Hello.
Hello.
You lost it there, right? A little bit up. Hello.
Hello.
A little bit up. Hello.
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 Okay, now push a little bit more air. Hello.
Hello.
Sounded pretty good, right? So now let's do one more. Let's do the full thing. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Okay, now lower the ring a little bit. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey guys, how's it going?
That was it. That was. Yeah, that
He's
was.
gonna reproduce. He's gonna reproduce. That means we're gonna be making some money off his kids. In 20 years, we're gonna make money from his kids. He's gonna have a kid.
Now that was the touchdown right there.
So the last thing we're gonna show is for these guys. I want you to notice very clearly how by getting permission, I want you to notice the changes that get made just by them having permission. And what I mean by that is basically the following, okay? Can I squeeze through here? Okay, is that what you're gonna see is that when they have permission, they change. And when they don't have permission, they stay the same. A lot of this is an inner game issue. You have to give yourself permission. I'm not mic'd. Okay? So, again, let's just watch. Okay, just go, you do it. Do it as loud as you can. Okay, is that as loud as you can? Move up a bit. Everybody move up. Okay, that literally freaking sucks. I want to be clear here. It sucks so bad. You show me. Is that as loud as you can? Okay, now look, he makes that stupid face when he goes louder.
Hold on, wait.
Okay.
This? Hold on. Go like that. Here, let me adjust your neck.
All right.
Okay, like that. Move your whole neck back.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
All right.
Okay? Now I want you to push against, act like you're pushing against my hand. Push against it. Feel the ground holding you up. Boom, like that. Now loosen that primary control. Loosen it. Loosen it. Okay, now.
Okay, so he's better, but he lost his volume. Okay, you show me. Loud as you can. Yeah, he's got it. Good. Okay. And you show me. Loud as you can. And funny enough, he has it. Okay? Now, almost always when we do this, the first couple guys do worse, but then as they see that there's permission to do it, they become more expansive. Now, what we're gonna do, close the frickin' doors at the back tight. What we're gonna do is all of us are gonna do the A together. All of us do it together. 1, 2, 3, loud as you can. 1, 2, 3, go. Stop. Okay? Now you do it as loud as you can. Stop. Okay, he had it. Now he's shaking in fear. No one's going to hook up with him, but he's getting better. Okay, you show me. Okay, so again, I want you to notice they're better, but these are self-imposed caps.
Do you notice what happened? What he said there? It's like the group does it, and then you have permission to do it because there's safety in the group.
So watch this, guys. All of us do it together, but then, okay, all of us do it together. All of us. 1, 2, 3. How much easier does that feel to do it when the group's doing it? You see that? In inner game work, we call this choosing me. You've got to choose you. You've got to choose you. When we do it together, it's easier. Now, what we're going to do is we're all going to do it together, but then everybody but you is going to stop, and you keep going. So get the feel of what it feels like, and then when we all stop, resist the urge to stop and keep going. Block out that fear if you can. Get present to the moment, and just keep on that kind of note and everything Jeff taught, okay? 1, and when I do this, all of you stop except you, okay? 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it on you now. 1, 2, 3. Decent. Good. 1, 2, 3. Good. On him. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Give them a hand, guys. Great job. Awesome job. Very, very good, guys.
Good shit, guys.
Thank you, boys. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother. That was great.